You don't know me. That's kind of my whole thing. I'm the voice in the dark, the person you never, ever see. My name's Claudia. I'm 28, and my job sounds way cooler than it is. I'm a runway showrunner. During Fashion Week, I'm basically mission control. I live in a cramped, dark booth above the chaos, glued to a headset calling cues. Q4, go! Lights up on beat. Music, track 7, now. I'm good at it. I'm damn good. My cues are perfect. The lights hit the sequence at the exact split second the beat drops. I'm the one who makes the magic happen. I make those 6-foot-tall goddesses look like they actually descended from Olympus. And then I watch them. I watch them from my shadow perch through a tiny pane of glass. They walk through the light I create wearing clothes that cost more than my car, and they just glow. They radiate this power. You can't understand what it's like watching that much effortless, perfect beauty, knowing you're the rumpled, stressed-out troll in the booth making it all happen. My goal? My real goal, the one I've never said out loud. I just want to be them. I want to be the one walking in the light. I want people to see me. I want them to gasp. Just once. Look, it's not like my life is terrible. That's the twisted part. I have a great family. Seriously. My mom calls me every night just to ask what I ate for dinner. My brother still sends me the dumbest memes, and they actually make me laugh. They love me. They think I'm smart and funny and so capable, but their love, it feels like a consolation prize. It's like they're loving a different person. They don't see this. They don't see the way the models look right through me when I have to go backstage. I'm just headset girl, the obstacle, the help. Yesterday was the last straw. I was under a console checking a cable, and I guess they didn't know the comms were live. 2 of them, the big ones, were laughing. One of them said, and I'm not making this up, "God, can you imagine having to wake up as that?" The other one, the one on the Runway magazine cover this month, she didn't even pause. I'd literally kill myself. I just stayed there, under the table, until they left. I didn't even cry. I'm way past crying. It was just this cold, hard click inside my chest. My mom says I'm beautiful. My dad says I'm his smart girl. But it doesn't count. Their love is for the inside. It doesn't fix the outside. When you've spent your entire life being the before picture, the funny friend, the one they playfully mock, you stop believing in the quiet, supportive kind of love. It feels like pity. I don't want their pity. I want adoration. The loud, stupid, public kind. The kind that makes you powerful. The kind that makes you real. I finished the show. I made them look like goddesses, just like always, and as I was packing up my gear, alone in the dork booth, a voice right behind me whispered, "I can give you what you want, you know? I can make you perfect." I spun around so fast I knocked my headset off the console. It clattered to the floor, the sound echoing way too loud in the now empty auditorium. "Who's there?" My voice sounded stupidly small. Nothing. Just the hum of the cooling amps and a single sad-looking ghost light on the center of the stage. I flicked on the booth light. Empty. Of course it was empty. I'd been in here for 10 hours. The door was locked. My heart was trying to punch its way out of my ribs. I grabbed my bag, my hands shaking. "Get a grip, Claudia. You're overtired. You've been chugging stale coffee for 72 hours. You're hearing things." It had to be that. Just a stray signal, an echo in the comms. I got the hell out of there. The walk home felt gray. The city was loud, all sirens and traffic, but I felt like I was underwater. My apartment is small, but it's my safe space. Tonight, though, it just felt like a box. I made the mistake of looking in the bathroom mirror. The fluorescent light in there is always brutal, but tonight, I just saw it. I saw what those models saw. The tired eyes, the mousy hair, the skin that was never clear, the face that just wasn't right. I saw that. God, can you imagine having to wake up as that? I'd literally kill myself? I slid down the bathroom door and just sat on the cold tile. My phone buzzed on the counter, a text from my mom. "Hi, honey. Just checking in. I did great tonight, I'm sure. Call me tomorrow. Love you." That's what broke me. Not the model's cruelty. My mom's love. It felt like such a lie. A kindness you give to something broken. Something you feel sorry for. I couldn't take the pity anymore. I couldn't do another 50 years of being the before picture. I went to the medicine cabinet. I had a full bottle of painkillers from when I twisted my ankle last year. I walked into my bedroom, the open bottle in my hand. I wasn't even crying. I was just cold. Done. And the room went white. Not a flashbang white, a sterile, clean white. It didn't hurt my eyes, but it bleached all the color from my room. It smelled sharp, like bleach and cold metal. And he was just there, standing by my dresser. He wasn't a monster. He was perfect. I mean, literally perfect. His suit was sharp, snow white, not a single crease. His face, my God, his face was so symmetrical, it hurt to look at. Not a line, not a pore. He looked ageless. His eyes were bright, crystal blue, but they were like looking at a picture of eyes. There was nothing behind them. He didn't smile. He just tilted his head, looking at the bottle in my hand. That's a very permanent solution to a temporary problem, Claudia. His voice was the same one from the booth, calm, smooth, and cold. I just stared. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. "You heard me," he said. It wasn't a question. "You are in so much pain. You're angry that their love feels like an insult. You don't want to be capable. You want to be adored." He knew. He said everything I'd been thinking my entire life. "I am Dr. Vane," he said, taking a step. He didn't make a sound on the hardwood. "And I can fix you. I can make you flawless. The girl on the Runway magazine cover, she will look like a rough draft next to you." He held out a hand. It was smooth, like white porcelain. Perfection, adoration, power. Everything you have ever wanted. It's yours. I finally found my voice. It came out as a croak. What's the catch? What do you want?" Dr. Vane almost smiled. It was just a tiny, perfect clinical lift of one corner of his mouth. A trifle, an exchange. To get the new, you have to give up the old. Just the people who love you now, the ones who gave you that before face. My blood went cold. My family? Their love is a cage, Claudia. It's keeping you capable. It's keeping you this. To become that? He gestured to an invisible, perfect future. You must be free of it. And there it was, the choice. Decades of being the funny friend, the smart girl, the that, or everything I'd ever dreamed of. All that rage, all that pain from a lifetime of being invisible, it just boiled over. The model's laughter, the pity, the I'd literally kill myself, all it echoed in my head at once. My family, they'd be sad, but
they'd get over it. They had each other. I had no one. Yes, I whispered. The word felt like it was tearing my throat, but it was also the easiest thing I had ever said. Do it. I don't care. Just make me perfect. Dr. Vane smiled. A full, perfect, freezing smile, and he snapped his fingers. The sterile white light flooded everything, and the last thing I knew was a cold, sharp, unbelievable pain, like 1,000 scalpels were sculpting me all at once.
I woke up on my own bed. No white light, no Dr. Vane. Just the 10 a.m. sun slicing through my dusty blinds. My first thought was, what a messed up dream. I sat up. The pill bottle was on my nightstand, still full. My head didn't hurt. I wasn't anything. But the smell was still there. That sharp, cold, bleach and metal smell. I felt light. My body, which always felt heavy and awkward, now felt balanced. I stood up and it was effortless. I caught my reflection in the dresser mirror and I just froze. The woman in the mirror wasn't me. It wasn't Claudia. Claudia was a rough draft. This woman, her eyes were huge, tilted up just slightly, a deep magnetic green. Her cheekbones were high and sharp. Her skin, my God, her skin was like poreless, creamy porcelain. My mousy, stringy hair was now a waterfall of thick, black silk. I stepped closer, my hands shaking as I touched my new face. It was me. But it was me sculpted, perfected. He hadn't lied. I was flawless. I spent the first hour just looking. I was a work of art. I walked outside, and the world changed. People looked at me. I mean, they stared. Men, women, it didn't matter. I walked into my usual coffee shop, and the barista who'd barely grunted at me for 3 years dropped a cup. He stammered. He gave me the coffee for free, his face bright red. I felt this rush, this incredible, dizzying power. I wasn't headset girl. I was her. I quit my job the same day. I walked into the top modeling agency in the city. The receptionist looked up, and her jaw went slack. Within a week, I had a new name, Clio. Within 2 weeks, I was on a plane to Paris. Within a month, I was the most famous new face in the world. I was walking the shows I used to run. I'd be on the runway and I'd catch a glimpse of the new headset girl in the dark booth looking stressed and rumpled, and I'd just smile. The models who had mocked me, I saw them at a casting. They looked at me not with recognition, but with awe, with jealousy. They were the ones in the shadow now. I was the one in the light. It was everything I wanted. Every magazine cover, every designer, every party. People didn't just look, they gasped. And I didn't think about my family. That was the weirdest part. I was so busy, so high on the adoration. I'd see my phone, see the missed calls from my mom, and just feel nothing. A cold, smooth blankness. I'd text back, "So busy, talk soon." They were the before. I was the after. I didn't need them. Their pity love couldn't reach me anymore. I had finally been set free. I was in Milan at the Beak. I had just closed the biggest show of the season. I was on the Runway magazine cover, the one the girl had been on. My agent, a tiny vibrating man named Hassel, handed me a glass of champagne, his hands shaking with excitement. "You're not a star, Clio. You're a religion." That's when my phone rang. I saw Dad on the screen. I rolled my eyes, annoyed at the interruption, and stepped onto the balcony. The street below was packed with photographers screaming my new name. Clio! Clio! Hi, Dad. I'm super busy. His voice was a sound I'd never heard before. A dry, broken, tearing sound. Claudia, oh God, honey, it's your mother. I looked at my perfect, long-nailed hand. What about her? She was in an accident on the turnpike. A truck. Honey, she's gone. I stood there, listening to my father sob, and I waited. I waited for the grief, the pain, the tears. Nothing. I felt inconvenienced. Oh, I said. My voice was smooth and even. That's terrible. There was a long, terrible silence on the line. Claudia, he whispered, that's all you have to say? I have to go, Dad. The designers are waiting. I hung up. I went back inside, took the champagne, and smiled for the cameras. 2 months later, I was in New York. I got another call. My brother. A sudden, shocking brain aneurysm. Gone in an instant. I was at a fitting. I said, "What a tragedy," and then asked the stylist if the dress came in view. The payments were being collected. The coldness, it was terrifying. It was like Dr. Vane hadn't just sculpted my face, he'd sculpted my heart. He'd carved out all the before parts, and it turned out that's where the love was. I tried to stop it. I finally felt a flicker of something. Fear. I was in my new penthouse apartment, all white walls and glass, overlooking the entire city. It was sterile, cold. It smelled very faintly of bleach. "Dr. Vane!" I screamed. "I know you're here. Take it back." He appeared by the window, silhouetted against the skyline. Still perfect, still cold. "I don't understand," he said, tilting his head. "You are the most adored woman on earth. You have everything you wanted. You're killing them," I shrieked. I want my family." "You gave them up, Claudia. You were very clear. You didn't want their pity. You wanted this. An exchange is an exchange, and the account is almost balanced." "No, please." I ran at him. My hand went right through him, like he was made of cold smoke. "Stop it. What's left?" He looked at me, his blue eyes holding nothing. "Just the last of the old you." I knew. My dad. I ran. I dropped everything. I grabbed my keys, raced to the airport, bought a ticket. I flew home, my heart, for the first time in a year, trying to hammer its way out of my chest. I got to the house. It was dark. An ambulance was parked at the curb, its lights off. A paramedic was zipping up a black bag on a gurney. "No, no," I whispered. "Miss?" the paramedic said, looking up at me. He didn't recognize me. Why would he? "I'm sorry, miss, are you a relative?" "That's my father," I choked out. He just looked at me. "I'm sorry, miss, but Mr. Eris had no other family. His wife and son passed recently. His daughter, Claudia, she died in a fire in New York about a year ago." My blood stopped. I grabbed his arm. "What? No! I'm Claudia. I'm right here." He pulled his arm away, looking at me like I was insane. "Ma'am, please, we have to go."
They loaded him into the ambulance and drove away. I stood on the lawn of my empty childhood home. I didn't just lose them. He erased me. The pact wasn't just my family for my new face. The price was me. Claudia, the girl they loved. In the world's memory, the capable, funny girl had died. And this thing, Clio, was born.
I live in the penthouse. It's vast, silent. My agency thinks I'm eccentric now, a recluse. It just makes them want me more. I have everything. I'm 29, the highest paid model in history. My face is on every billboard. My body is worshipped. And I am completely, agonizingly, finally alone. My apartment walls are covered in my own covers. The Runway magazine, Elle, Harper's, me. A million perfect, dead-eyed versions of myself staring back. My phone buzzes constantly. It's on the white marble table, 100 feet away. I don't look. It's just agents, designers, celebrities, strangers. All of them telling Clio how perfect she is. I wanted adoration, and I got it. But it turns out adoration is just noise from people who don't know you. I wanted love, and the only people who ever gave it to me, the only ones who loved Headset Girl, the ones who loved me, I traded them. I was so afraid of being worthless, so terrified of being invisible. I go to my bathroom. The mirror is a mile high. I stare at the perfect face, the flawless skin, the symmetrical eyes. This is my final, expensive, perfect body, and I am the most famous, most beautiful, most desired woman in the world, and there is not a single person on earth who knows my name.
Thank you so much for watching or listening. The things that go bump in the night are hungry for attention. By liking and subscribing, you're telling me you want more. You're helping me bring even more chilling tales and terrifying content to life.